My name is Ben S. Howard. This is my son Caleb Howard. In 2007, Caleb was involved in a head-on collision with our family where his mother and brother and sister were killed, and he was left with a traumatic brain injury. At the time of the accident, Caleb was 7 years old, just a little guy. So Caleb was in a coma for quite some time. He was fairly broken, he had broken bones, so Caleb's recovery was really quite slow. And as a parent, it's really difficult to watch an injured child, especially with a brain injury, heal so slowly. You don't know what's happening. You don't see change day to day. The amazing thing about animal therapy is when the animal comes into the room, it changes from therapy to more play. I noticed that when Colonel came into the room, Caleb would make much more of an effort. So if the therapist said, "Hey Caleb, throw the ball." Yeah, okay, I'll make a try at it. But when Colonel came into the room to get the ball, that ball was gonna fly because he wanted Colonel to go get it and bring it to him. And so it changed the dynamic. There was a substantial change in his attention and his desire to participate.
I think Colonel and Susan really was just like a link back to normal life. Like it was the slowest start from like when you're young and you can't do like hardly anything like crawling, and just getting you back up to being a human again. I think that was what they kind of gave me.
It was interesting to watch because Caleb, with a severe brain injury, he basically was erased. And he had to start almost as if he was newly born and get back to 7 years old. And that took a number of months. In fact, it took years. And Colonel was a big part of that. We think a lot about animal therapy for the patient, and it's huge. But it was for me too. As I watched him interact with Colonel, I was seeing him doing new things and making new progress. And I was seeing my son again. And I thought I'd lost him too. And as I saw him start to find himself again, I was finding myself again. So it served me every bit as much as it served Caleb. Caleb's come a long way since he was 7. Caleb's now 18.
Recently this year, I have gotten the honor of graduating high school. I have graduated from a seminary class in our church, and I have been awarded the ranking of Eagle Scout in my troop. I've been accepted to BYU Provo, and I will be following a career plan in chemical engineering.
I'm really proud of all that he's done. It's pretty amazing. From the diagnosis that we originally had and the expectations that we were given, he has exceeded those by so far. It's absolutely astonishing.
I think if Colonel was here, I'd just have to give him a big hug because I love that guy. He's just helped me so much.
Deep gratitude. I have such deep gratitude, and I love them and I appreciate them, and they had a deep impact on our life, a significant impact that brought us peace and brought us joy and helped restore our family and restore Caleb. And there's nothing we can do or say really sufficient to express our feelings about that. My feelings, and I know Caleb feels the same way. So we're here tonight at Intermountain Therapy Animals because we just love these good people who put in all this time and all this effort, and they're wonderful, wonderful animals to serve and to really help people. You are my hero, and you're the hero to so many others. This is what you're participating in. So that 15 minutes or that 10 minutes that you spend, it translates 10 years later into this. That's real. And I wanted you to know how much we love you and how much we appreciate you and how important you are to every single individual you visit. I know they can't tell you all the time. I know they can't communicate it to you in their trauma. I know you see the happiness, you have those little feels, but they truly cannot communicate to you in that moment the massive effect that you have. With a brain injury, you get hand tremors. They're lifelong. And yet, with the beginning of his activity with Colonel and his activity with the other therapy animal dogs and his focus on movement, over the years, he's developed beautiful hand skills, and he'll show you some of the cardistry that he can do now.
My favorite hobby is magic. I perform card tricks, coin tricks. The film that Ben Cook did is on YouTube as Caleb's Story. I think last I checked had around 9 million views. I think it's really getting animal therapy, it's what it deserves, to actually let people see what it does for their community.